Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today you might be wondering what the title is all about the CS Pro scene and too many games and what's happening. So first of all, we're gonna dive into ESL and the scummy practices that have been noticed in their participation agreement that was made public, and then we'll deep dive into why too many tournaments for CS2 can ruin the pro players' lives. So first off, we're gonna start with ESL. If you're not aware what ESL is, it's one of the biggest organizations that does CS2 events like majors and other tier 1 events, S tier events for Counter-Strike players that are professional. And to make it clear, this is how it works usually. Here are the teams that participate, and what we're gonna be taking a look is the schedule. So as you can see, there's like a tournament scheduled every 2 months, which is not a bad thing, but we'll get to that in a moment. And the problem we have with ESL lately, and not only me but also professional Faceit players like Loba has this problem with them as well, is that they publish this revenue share, and they detail that they allocated $11 million for 2025 and 2026 for pro players. This is how they will spread it across the tournaments. Take a moment to look at that. Which is not a problem in itself. The problem in itself lays into this little document here that you might have skipped with your view at first glance. So let me show you what it reads. So the important factor that we're gonna take a look into is the team commitments. So what basically this says is that a team cannot reject more than 3 participation in 2 years and 2 participations in 1 year. So for any reason that is not sickness or a problem with an individual's health, that team must participate in it so that they can get a revenue share for the next 2 years. Which, if you ask me, that's pretty stupid, because there's a lot more tournaments going on, like the PGLs and other majors that are not organized by ESL. So there's like 3 or 4 majors a year, besides the one from ESL. And basically what they say is that you cannot decline more than 3 every 2 years and 2 every year. And I think the biggest problem with this is that they force here best lineup requirement. The team must field its best lineup for each tournament it participates in. So they cannot use stand-ins or replacements if a player is burnt out, only if he's psychologically in pain and has to take medical break. Which I think is very stupid, and I think it's a requirement that should go, because it puts a toll on all upcoming pro players, even if they didn't start playing. Knowing these regulations and how predatory they are, it's a big problem. And if it wasn't bad enough, they have also fan and media engagement agreement. So that means they have to have signing sessions, media activities, and social media promotions that we see all over YouTube. Now, some of them, of course, they're made willingly, but some of them are mandatory in the contract they signed to actually play in these events. And keep in mind, this is about $11 million. So people have to sign this if they want to be profitable as an organization. And this is good for organization and for ESL. It fucks the players royally, and it's not a good thing. Another interesting thing to look at, and I think this is the final thing in the video that we're going to be talking about, is the amount of events that happen for tier 1 and tier 2 professionals is getting out of hand, because there's the ESL Challenger Leagues, as I mentioned, the ESL mandated events to participate in ESL. Then we have the PGL in Bucharest. Then we have the ESL Pro League. We have the Blast Open tournament. And we have another PGL. We have IM Melbourne, which is a major. We have Blast TV. We have IM Dallas, which is again another major. Then we have the Blast TV Austin Major, so that's the IEM to get to here. Then we have the IEM Cologne. We have the Blast Bounty, which is another S tier tournament. We have the, and then there's a big break from about June, July, and August. But all the other times of the year, there's at least 3 tier 1 tournaments within 2 months period. So the only break that they might be getting is a week maximum between tournaments, and that is very, very far-fetched, because they have to still train and they have to still prepare for upcoming tournaments, which is inhuman because they have to travel. Keep in mind, these majors do not happen in the same place. Some majors happen outside of Europe, and some majors happen in America. Some majors happen in very different circumstances, and it's very, very difficult to organize such events. And towards the end of the year, again, they take a little break somewhat, but unless there's the big breaks in summer and in winter, they have these tournaments almost every single day, maximum 1 week vacation. This is not good. No amount of break can cause you bodily harm, and that's why Navi withdrew out of this PGL in Cluj-Napoca. They were burnt out. They played too many games and they were exhausted, and which I think is a good thing. But then again, having to have players take mental issues to get a break pass is ridiculous, and I think someone should step in and do something, because Valve doesn't do anything about it, because it's ESL's job. They don't pay them, and I think it's just stupid overall to have to be dependent on a predatory contract to actually keep going as an organization. Let me know what you think about this. This was my 2 cents on the matter, and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.